Well, soon it's going to be that time of year again. Diesel heater's going to come out. Fair weather campers are going to be gone, and the backcountry will be free for the most part for everybody to go out. And the reason for this video, we're going to look at another diesel heater behind me in the box. But I'm also going to address some issues I see on forums all the time. Is using a power station to power your diesel heater and why it won't work in the wintertime. And there's 3 reasons for that I found. Most power stations don't run off of 15 amps, and it usually takes about 15 amps for startup. Second is the length of your power cable is a big one. If it's more than 6 feet, it's probably not going to work. And what gauge your power wire is. A lot of people use a gauge that's too thin and fail to resist that the longer the wire, the more resistance, so the more amperage, hence why it's not going to work. But I have something outside, already hooked up to power station, that we're going to look at, but we're going to look at another Vevor diesel heater. Now, if you remember, a couple years I got one. Yeah, it didn't end well. What does that say? E02! Shut her down! Needless to say, yeah, it's just parts now. Oh, look at that, it's even orange. Let's get this out of the box. Now these setups are perfect for the person who doesn't have the tools and the skill to build their own into a Pelican case or similar type case. These are basically all in one, a little bit of modifications. And in this little box here, you got some clamps, exhaust, and hose, which you most likely won't use unless you're going to permanently mount it. So if you're looking to get into a cheap budget diesel heater, this Vevor is probably the way to go. Now, since most likely you're going to be mounting this outside if you're in some sort of vehicle, the control panel is mounted on the front. You do have a remote that you can go on and off and control the heat, but you're kind of guessing. Or with this model, there's an app that you can connect to either iPhone or Android, and you can control the diesel heater that way. You do have a 5-liter diesel tank, which depending on how cold it is, will most likely last you the night. And as I said before, power wires are a little on the thin side. I got this connector right here, and if you buy one of these to use, one of the downsides right off the bat, if you're going to use it outside, is the fact that your exhaust and your intake are both side by side, which is normal for most diesel heaters. But the kit with all your accessories right there, if you want to use it outside, you should go on Amazon or something and buy a 90-degree fitting, which a 90-degree fitting can come out, and then you can run your exhaust out that way. That way it's not sucking it in and out at the same time, because these are designed to be bolted down somewhere and go through the floor, and it's set up ready to go. Not really set up for the off-road enthusiast. So that being said, I'm going to connect these, and we're going to take it outside for some testing, and hopefully this one here will work. Alright, since I don't have a permanent place to mount this yet, I'm just going to use some Wagyu clips here just to connect it temporarily while we can do some testing with this, and hopefully it'll work. It's outside here. I just got my power station right here, and this, I'm going to show you what the main problem is. It says right there 12-volt output, 10 amps. I'm going to need at least 15 amps to run this for startup. Then after that, it'll be like 1 or 2 amps. Now, to combat that, off Amazon, you can get smaller ones. This is an AC to DC adapter, and it is 12 volts, 20.8 amps. We'll have no problems running them all, even all the way up to an 8 kilowatt. We're lit up. I'll need to get some diesel fuel in there. I'm gonna add probably about a liter or so, a couple liters maybe. Said it had to be above the 20% line, so we're good. All right, let's see what's gonna happen. Is there a menu here? Is there a power button? I guess you just press power on. Oh, it talks to you. All right. It's probably gonna flame out a couple times because it's got to pump diesel fuel inside. Yeah, glow plug's heating up. 105 watts. 3 hours. I haven't heard the diesel heater or the diesel pump start kicking in yet. Yeah, there we go. That's loud. Holy crap. That's gonna keep you awake. Holy, it actually lit up the first time. I just realized I shouldn't have the exhaust pointing down on the wood floor either. There we go, these things are cooking. Let's crank up the heat here. Yeah, this is what most people will do in the wilderness. Is they'll just put them up on a couple pieces of wood like that. And still not feeling any heat yet. Let's crank this thing up. Yeah, so far it looks like it's using a lot more amperage than other ones. 53 watts, it's like 5 amps. With this power station at 74%, that's 5 hours. Looks like we're dropping down. Oh, I thought I was dropping down. Yeah, this is your option to get around that accessory plug right here. Fully charged. You'll last the night easy. We got some good heat coming out now. Got my heat cranked. 4.5 amps. But if I, turn this down, down to there. It's going to take a few seconds for it to kick in. It says, yeah, we're down super low. And then come back over to the power station. Yeah, I'm running 1.6 amps, 1.7 amps, and I'll get 10 hours. So the more heat you have it cranked up, the more current you're going to use. And right now, in a small place, yeah, that'll be plenty enough to keep you warm. So if you're going to use this combination, obviously don't think because you got the long cord here that you can stick this outside. This is not made to be outside. This is made to be indoors, or maybe if you had it in a case or something. Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with this. A lot better than the last one I got. Started up first time, usually a diesel heater will fault out a couple times as it primes the diesel fuel. I'm just giving it a good burn right now. It seems to run good. Actually, I want to power it down and then we'll restart and see. Still doing a cool down cycle, but let's see if we could. I love how it talks to you in the cheesy voice. So it does look like it has to do its cool down first, because the fan's just kicking in now, and then it should restart. Fired up right away as soon as the diesel pump started kicking in. Well, that pretty much settles that. The Vevor heater actually worked a lot better than I thought. Price point is really good. I don't know what it's like to order directly from the company, but through Amazon Canada, it's like $150 for that unit. You can't go wrong like that at all. Like when I built my diesel heater like 4 or 5 years ago, diesel heaters were like $250, $300. They sure dropped in price, and that's a really good budget model. And basically, all the parts to keep it going are available off Amazon, and there's really like no maintenance to them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are thinking about some cold weather camping, diesel heaters are the way to go. Propane heaters are wet heat, which means you're gonna get condensation. Well, diesel heaters are cold. They're just a little noisy, and sometimes they smell, but I would not use anything else but. So I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.